Pencils down. That's it. Pencils down. Hey, right there. Right there. Right there. It goes from there to there.
Down.
See what I mean?
Put it down.
Are we in the program here? We're all following. We're all following this. Pencils down. Welcome to another.
These people.
These fucking people. These fucking people.
Fucking listen.
We're at Ramble 356, Eddie.
356.
When did they bury us?
You know, I want to say 4, but it could have been 3.
It might have been as soon as 3. I wouldn't be surprised. Would you have been surprised if as early as 3 they rid us off?
There was definitely some rumblings about it at 3. I think the definitive calls came at 4, but
4 for we know for sure 4.
We know for sure
was
4,
when
but
they
could
were like,
go back.
These guys are done.
Early is number 3.
But number 3. And now here's the bad news because of our absence the 2 weeks ago. And then because we just did one radio last week.
Yeah.
Now the radios are that much closer to catching up with the Ramble Primes.
Yeah, dude.
With the Ramble Propers.
We're doing a real disservice to Ramble Proper.
I think we are. You know what? Can I get really bold?
Yeah.
I know we are.
Yeah.
I know we are. I'm going to change something real quick.
It's a fact.
I just realized I did this. Why am I doing this there? What? Whoa, look at that.
What? What'd you do?
Whoa, look at that.
I can't see
what you're doing. Whoa, look at that. Is nothing changing on your end?
No, nothing changed.
I'm changing my camera from being mirrored to not mirrored. Do you get what I mean?
It's flipping. Oh, I see.
It's flipping, and then so now when I do this, I actually do this to see you, and then the other time I had to do this.
See, now you're pointing to me now. To me, maybe I'm mirrored now.
So now on your eyes, I'm pointing to you finally.
Right.
Well, then I'm going to fix it. We can't have this craziness. There we go.
Still pointing to me.
And then in my thing, this way is pointing to you now. So, same page.
We did it, baby.
We did it our way, baby. We did it. So there's that.
All taken care of.
All taken care of. My God. Now, it's just you and I this time around.
Yeah. We were aware of that. We made that announcement yesterday.
But, man, I think not a good day over there.
Not. I mean, all the personal stuff aside that's going on in his
we know it's bad. That's sad. He has our love always, but now this 4 counts for his boy Donald J. Trump.
6 unnamed co-conspirators.
Dude, is Giuliani just fucking putting a bolt in his mouth right now? What's that fucking psycho doing?
I Thor.
What's he fucking doing?
Don't forget the Kraken. The Kraken.
Everybody. They should have known she was a fucking moron when she opened it. Look, we're both from the South.
Yeah.
So, no knock to our people.
No.
But you should have known she was a moron the way,
there's some real inconsistencies with what's going
on. You should have known already. Oh, gee. Hey. I done found a turd on the road. Think I could eat it still? Like, that's... I don't...
Oh.
Why was she the Kraken? What had she done to me? Okay, can I make my sports tie calling her the Kraken of legal affairs? We're unleashing the Kraken. Isn't that the same as when all those Notre Dame people overhyped Charlie Weiss the minute he got hired?
Dude! Like with the 10-year contract.
Y'all are just he's the savior. I remember their first game that he had. When it was who is it? CBS? Who's got the Notre Dame contract? Is it NBC? NBC. Their announcer, like after every positive play, this is what you get from a Charlie Weiss coach team. This is a chart. Like what? Nothing? Is that what you get? Absolute shit. He's fired 2 years later. That's what you get from a Charlie Weiss coach team.
They had to eat a 10-year contract.
So I think I'm equating the Kraken with the Charlie Weiss coach
with
team.
Charlie Weiss, that's a fair comparison.
This is a Charlie Weiss coach team.
This is what you get.
This is what you get from a Charlie Weiss coach team. What do you get? So
What
it's
do you
so
get?
I just send extra love to Cody. He's having a
He
bad
needs
one.
it. He's having a
He's
rough one
it's
today.
a 4 counts for his boy. That's
Ugh.
ooh ooh. Mm.
Mm. That's up to 78, I think, total.
Now, can I tell you the
Yeah.
only regret I have
Yeah.
is that there wasn't a camera. Like, it sucks that they're giving him the gentleman's arrest, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of
He,
sucks.
he's getting the gentleman's. Like, of course, the perp walk would be amazing. And again,
Yeah.
I've said this before, but even better than the perp walk is I want to see the William H. Macy in Fargo. He's just in a shitty motel in his underwear trying to climb out of a window
With a bucket of chicken and
with a
tidy whities.
bucket of chicken in his
And
tiny
he's just,
whitey.
he's just trying to get out.
I want to see that happen with Trump so bad. Imagine the weird noises that he'd make as they're grabbing.
You're wrenching my titties.
Excuse me, excuse me. God, fucking. Oh man, it's just
Fuck that lump of shit.
fuck him forever. Oh boy. Here we're Eddie Ramble 356. You can email.
Yeah.
Julie can email us to the Ramble
Please, go for it.
Ramble
Do
at
that.
theramblepod.com. Thank you for
Please.
being patient with us as we took a week, almost 2 weeks off. We still gave you a radio though.
Yeah, we got an
But-
L radio.
A radio. So at Podcast Ramble 1 on Twitter and Instagram at Podcast Ramble. We're at the Ramble Tube on YouTube. We have a T Public page. There's that.
Sure do.
We're
Sure
still
do.
we're someone else must have lost their thing because we went from 138 to 137 again, 5-star
Oh my god.
ratings. And Chucky Bob Phil is still the king of the hill. That is
Chucky Bobville.
we're not gonna these fucking people now because there's been a 2-week break.
Yeah, no,
So-
you can't. No.
So, this is
Our
We
own Bob
can't.
Backlund.
our own
Chucky
Bob
Bob Phil.
Backlund. So I think he actually loses 2 weeks as the king of the hill. Right?
Wow.
Don't you think?
You're taking away 2 weeks of his title reign.
We weren't here to promote it. I don't
I'm
know.
just saying.
I don't know.
But one of these fucking people could have taken the initiative.
His
go
2
on
weeks
there.
are reinstated. His 2 weeks
I'm just
are
saying.
reinstated. Nope, it's official. Eddie's
Just saying.
convinced me. His 2 weeks are
I don't think we
reinstated.
should do Chucky Bobville dirty because the others lacked initiative.
Because of these fucking people.
Because of these fucking people.
A shout out to Sean Larson, a fella on Facebook who gave me a wonderful tip on how to beat a hard ass character in Final Fantasy VI, by the way.
Ooh.
Commented
okay.
on one of my risks. And another shout out to Rambler extraordinaire JoJo the Fist. JoJo the Fist. Dude, when my family was visiting, I was at Frankenson. We went for a day. And a dude came up to me, and it was JoJo the Fist. He recognized me. We were inside of a retro game kiosk.
Now, did he look like what you thought JoJo the Fist looked like?
I
Did you have a
didn't know
mental
what I
image of
thought.
JoJo the
I
Fist?
never. Yes, and he did not. He looked like a very sane, normal individual. Where
That
I
wouldn't be
thought,
called JoJo the Fist.
right? I thought for JoJo the Fist, I was expecting a mullet, a tank top, a fanny pack,
mesh tank top.
a mesh tank, and Joey Buttafuoco pants.
Yeah.
Right, like those. That's what I was expecting.
Some sort of fingerless gloves.
Right.
With,
I mean,
with,
basically the Joey Buttafuoco. Like that's what I was.
with spikes on the knuckles.
The Joey Buttafuoco was what. Is he still like the most famous? Just creep. Is he
Joe
only?
Buttafuoco?
Yeah.
I met Joey Buttafuoco worked on my car.
What?
Yeah. I
Here?
have a Joey Buttafuoco. Yeah. This was some of the Ramblers might know this story because I think I told it on the Ralph Report, but this was like 1999, maybe 2000.
Right.
I'm right here. I'm driving back from the gym at like 11 o'clock at night, right here on Hollywood Boulevard, where Hollywood meets La Brea.
Right.
And I'm coming west on Hollywood, right? And there's this lady coming east on Hollywood, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have the right of way. It's a green light, and she's trying to make a left turn to go up La Brea, right? And she tries to beat me through the light.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going straight. I have the right of way.
I've had that happen to me too. Fuck yeah. She plows into you.
So I clip her. I clip her right in the front because she's trying to beat me through the light.
Right. Idiot.
So
that idiot.
We're all like, there's no... And my car gets dented up and fucked. So anyway, I talked to this fellow comedian. I don't know if you know Mike Marino. You ever heard of Mike Marino?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay. At the time, I was doing some of his... He was running the show down in Hollywood, and I was doing the show. That's why I was buddies with him. And I told him I just got in an accident. He's like, "Oh, I got a guy who'll fix your car." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he gives me the business card and it says Joey Buttafuoco on it. I'm like, "Okay, there's a guy named Joey Buttafuoco."
What are the odds?
I'm like, "Is this that Joey Buttafuoco?" He's like, "Oh yeah." And so I take my car. It's over his place was like over like Deep Valley, like Encino or Van Nuys.
Was it overlooking?
It might have been.
Was it overlooking a junior high school?
Fucking creepy. And I go there. I
watch cheerleaders.
I take my Mustang, right? And the frame is a little bent, and it needs a paint job. And I don't know how many thousands of dollars worth. I got a settlement from the insurance company for a couple grand, and I don't know what he did. He fixed it up. He painted. Nicest fucking guy you'd ever.
Was he really?
If I was a high school cheerleader, I would have fucked him.
You would have been in.
If I was an underage girl, I probably would have. He's that charming of a guy. Not by looks, but I'm just talking about personality. He's that charming.
Right.
If I'm an underage girl, I'm thinking about it.
Wow. No.
And
that nice of a guy, huh?
That nice of a guy fixes up my car. I don't even have to pay him. I don't know what happens. I get my $2,000 from the insurance company for the thing. And I heard like a year later or 2 years later, he went to prison for insurance fraud.
That's right.
So I guess what he was doing, whatever he did to my car, he was doing to a bunch of other people's cars, and he was ripping off the insurance company. And he went for insurance fraud.
Is he still in?
I don't know. I mean, this was 20 some years ago, so I have no idea.
So he was boinking 17-year-old Amy Fisher, and she tried to murder his wife. Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, she shot the wife in the face.
Right.
And she was all like...
Right.
And then did he go to jail for boinking the 17-year-old or no?
I don't
think he did. I think he just moved out to California to try to start over. And he started his auto repair place out here, and I went there, and then he got pinged for
imagine how popular of a bro comic he would be had he started stand up. He would have been he would have been like the first of all these fucking, what can't they take a joke, bro? Like he would have been the first.
What can I say? What can I say whatever I want?
I can't say the N-word. These N-words say it in every song. I can't say it. Like that's he would have been the first. Fuck out of here. With this hammer pants.
Fucking nice guy though. Nice
See,
guy.
There it is.
Real nice guy.
So JoJo the Fist looked like a very sane. I don't know why we turned into a Joey Buttafuoco thing here with JoJo. But JoJo the Fist, a massive thank you. He hooked me up with some pop vinyls.
That's dope.
He just had a bag of shit. He's like, hey, thanks for all the laughs.
Wow.
What a guy.
That's
what
nice.
a guy. So thank you to JoJo
He's
the Fist.
not one of these fucking people.
He is not one of these fucking people.
No.
Could this next guy be? Oh, wait a minute. Do we just do the intro? Should we probably do the intro?
I guess you do the intro.
It's been 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Pretend you can hear the music. Eddie, you ready to sing along if you know the words?
I'll try.
All right. I don't know how, by the way, could this have been what was being sung to Amy Fisher?
Oh.
Come on and hold me just like you told me. Then show me what I want to know. Why don't we steal away? Why don't we steal away into the night? I know it ain't right. Come on and tease me. Why don't you please me? Then show me what you came here for. Why don't we steal away? There we go. Why don't we steal away into the night? Huh? I caught you glancing my way. And here we are, Ramble 356. Is that the title? Joey Buttafuoco worked on my car? So far, that's the winner. I'm typing that in.
Joey Buttafuoco worked on my car.
That's pretty great.
He fixed it, and then he painted the whole car. I didn't ask him to paint the whole car. He painted the whole car.
Oh, I bet that was part of the insurance scam.
Oh, I bet it was too.
Well, there was a paint job involved, and there was
so much damage.
Got a brand new
damage.
You got a brand new sound system out of it. No shit, he did. No shit,
ruined the subwoofers.
Yeah, no shit, he painted the whole thing. No, of course, he painted the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, fuck that. Hey, insurance is paid for, pal. You good?
You're good, buddy.
Fuck. Jesus, check out the tits on that Girl Scout, bro. You're like, okay, we're good.
Get over here. Let me get some cookies.
Jeez. Oh, fuck. You ever seen a ballerina with an ass like that? My God.
God.
Okay. All right, we're done here, Joey. Anthony, too cool for school. Flores, Jerry, Eddie, maybe Cody, mi gente. Picking up where we last left off, Edward. It's the 13th Gundam fight, and Neo Japan's Domon, how it's pronounced, Kashu, is on the hunt for the Devil Gundam. He first arrives in Rome, where he runs into trouble with the local mafia boss and Gundam fighter for Neo Italy, Michello Chariot. After Michello kidnaps a child to provoke Domon into fighting him, Domon saves her like only I could and rises to the occasion. In the ensuing bout, Michello and his Nero's Gundam are defeated and disqualified from the tournament.
Crooked Michello.
Crooked,
crazy Michello.
Crooked Michello was out there creating scam after scam. Crooked
Michello. Crooked, crazy Michello.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
He would be so... Imagine how much fun he'd be if it was the same attitude, but he just wasn't political or racist or a rapist.
Yeah.
Like, imagine him just being a Trekkie, but just...
Yeah.
The world's...
He could have done that. He could have done that in the 80s.
Search for Spock. Search for Spock. Absolutely spits in the face of that whole only the even-numbered movies are good. Search for Spock is a great movie.
Looking for more from Bill Shatner. Looking for more. Can't wait to see what Bill's up to next.
I think when he lets the Enterprise get destroyed. And he goes, my God, Bones, what have I done? And Bones tells him what you had to do, what you always do. You turn death into a fighting chance for life. To me, that says more about Kirk than the Kobayashi Maru. I tell you what.
And let me tell you, that's a crooked test that Kobayashi Maru.
Crooked test that Kobayashi Maru.
Only one person's ever passed it.
It's a very nasty test.
I'm the only one to ever pass it.
I'm the only one to ever pass the Kobayashi.
They say Kirk did it, but Kirk cheated.
He cheated. He took a page out of my book. I beat the thing without a...
Lying, cheating Kirk.
I rescued the Kobayashi Maru, and I was able to defeat the starships that were waiting to attack.
Oh, he could have been so much fun, but instead he's just a fucking asshole.
Not enough is talked about when that one episode where Grimlock became a genius and created the Technobots, who then merged to form Computron. Not enough is said about the Technobots.
The most beautiful Computron.
The most beautiful combiner you've ever seen was Computron.
It should have had a Trump logo on it. That's how beautiful.
That's how beautiful it was. To be honest, Computron and myself are the only two people I think who have a decent shot at Devastator. I really mean it.
I really do. I really do.
Oh, fuck.
Because Devastator's not just coming after me, he's coming after you.
He's coming after all of us.
I'm just in his way.
I'm the only one who can stop him. You get me, you put Omega Supreme. The two of us are the only ones who can defeat them. Oh, fuck.
He could have been something, man.
How great, right? Man, I don't like the changes that Dungeons and Dragons made to the cleric class. I think that they've nerfed the cleric class, and I don't like it.
It's unfair.
It's not right. Oh, God. James Hamilton. When I'm saying James Hamilton's name.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, Hams,
Tons, Miltons.
But should I say it like that old announcer for the Detroit Pistons would say Richard Hamilton's name?
Oh.
Should I go James Hamilton? Does that have to happen?
I like that.
But Hams, tons.
That hurts me. That team hurts me because that team won an NBA title.
Yeah.
And Hamilton and Rasheed Wallace were both Wizards.
They were both Wizards.
When Jordan came back, he dumped both of them
to go win a title with Detroit.
Yeah. I mean, Rasheed, I get because they had Weber and Juwan Howard, so you have like three of the same guys.
Right.
So you had to get rid of one. But he didn't like Richard Hamilton.
That's crazy.
He didn't like him, so he got rid of him.
That's crazy.
Nuts, man.
That's crazy. So Ham Nuts, speaking of nuts, hey, Jerry, Eddie, everyone's favorite alt-right tasty snack, Cody. Ham Nuts here just writing in. First off, now this was sent in before our break because I'm pretty stoked to see you guys in less than a week. It happened. We saw Hamilton. Ham Nuts was there at the Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego to watch me run an hour on cancer. I appreciate you being there, buddy. So cool to meet you again. It was awesome. Hope things are going well on your end. Summer break for the daughter is nearly done, and she starts high school in a few weeks. When the hell did that happen? Shit's about to get real. She gets her driver's learning permit next year? Stop!
I know. Hams, I know. I'm in the same boat.
Hams.
Nuts. Cold start next week. High school. 2 weeks high school.
That's crazy. Crazy. Pushing that crack too. He's gonna sell dough. He's gonna sell crack to the kids.
Well, he had a nice nudie mag ring he was selling in middle school.
Now you got to step it up one more.
Got to go up to the narcotics.
Now we have listener hat Eddie, Motown recording artist Joshua Snyder. Nice. Hello, Ramble. My apologies for not contributing lately, but I always make time to listen. Hey, we ain't mad at you ever.
No, you
Hall of Fame hat for Motown. Oh, man. Eddie, how do you argue against this? The Supremes. They are trailblazers, have tremendous voices and style. For me, the first group that comes to mind when Motown is mentioned. Gary Priest. Hey, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody. Here are my lists. Hall of Fame artists for Motown. It's difficult. Eddie? How do you argue against this one? Difficult, but I'm going for Smokey Robinson. As an artist and a songwriter for others, he was a huge part of the label's success. So, Snipes goes Diana Ross and the Supremes. Priest, Jeeps goes Smokey Robinson. Charles Phillips, CP. Thank you, Eddie, for calling me Chucky Bob Backlund Phil. Proud to take the name of the king of the cross-faced chicken wing. Also in G Gundam, the best Gundam was left out. The Tequila Gundam from Neo, Mexico, which is a great one. Now, Eddie, CP, how do you argue this one for his Motown Hall of Fame? The Four Tops. I don't feel like I need to explain why.
No, you really don't.
Here we go. Damien Bottriell. Bots. So, Ramblers, what do you guys want to talk about? It's Damien Bottriell again, ready for some rambling. Eddie, how do you argue against this one? My Hall of Fame hat for the Motown artist goes to the Jackson 5. I mean, Anthony
yeah.
I mean, all right. And you ready for Anthony Too Cool for School Flores?
Yeah.
This Hall of Fame hat was a toughie. Eddie, how do you argue against this one? Honorable mentions of so many great Motown artists. I'm going Marvin Gaye.
Ah.
I mean, and then James Hamilton comes in and he goes, okay, ham nuts, nuts. Getting to brass tacks, Motown Hall of Fame. How do you argue Stevie Wonder? So many bangers in his discography. Household name, his song, I Just Called to say I Love You is such a classic. It is. They're all... Dude, is this one of the first... I think this might be the first Hall of Fame hat where no one repeated anyone, and you can make a strong argument, a strong case for any one of them. Now mine, I agreed with the first one off the bat with Snyder. I went Diana Ross and the Supremes. That's who I went. Because to me, it's just... I mean, look, they made a documentary about the Funk Brothers, but they weren't a Motown band. They were just a house band, right? But they made a goddamn massively popular Broadway musical about Diana Ross and the Supremes. So I went them. Who did you have? Who was your Hall of Fame hat?
I know they're not the originals. They didn't.
Right.
You know, they're not. They don't go as far back as some of the other. But the Jackson 5.
Jackson 5.
Because out of the Jackson 5, you got Michael
Jackson.
And Michael literally changed the face of pop music.
Of pop music. It
literally changed it.
He thought, when it came to popular music, I think we thought, okay, what else can change it past Elvis and the Beatles? And then he was like, okay, I got you.
He did that. And then that's not even mentioning his influence on music videos.
Oh, my
And how, if not for Michael Jackson, I don't know if the music video genre takes off.
Now, I will say this, though. I mentioned Elvis and the Beatles for changing pop music and Michael Jackson. Above all of them is James Brown. James Brown is here, right?
Yeah.
Everyone else is here for their contributions. James Brown is like fucking... Like, he basically influenced every fucking genre of music besides country and bluegrass and folk. Like, I mean, my God, you couldn't... I mean, he invented funk. There's not one hip-hop sample that probably didn't cop one of his drum beats from one of his... I mean, you go James Brown above everyone. But, yes, man. Under him, you have Elvis, Beatles, Michael Jackson. Yeah. So there we go. So that's a great one. Next Ramble, like we teased on Ramble Radio, Pee Wee Herman's side character. Who goes on the Hall of Fame hat? May the great Paul Rubens forever rest in peace.
Yeah.
It's time for an open-close encore, Eddie. I don't know if you're ready for this one. I don't know if you're familiar with that thing that we do. Which is Diana Ross and the Supremes. Yeah, Joshua Snyder. Starts. He opens with, you can't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. You close with, you keep me hanging on. Encore, I hear a symphony. What a fantastic fucking show. Gary Priest, Jeeps. You also have, man, this is almost a match with Jeeps and Snides. Jeeps goes, you can't hurry, love. You close with, you keep me hanging on, but he has them encore with, baby love, my baby love. Charles Phillips, CP. You open with Baby Love, such a banger, great way to start a show. You close with Nothing But Heartaches, that's what you feel watching this show end. You encore, stop in the name of love. Letting you know the show's going to stop, but keeping the good time rolling. I like that. Damien Bottriell, Bats? Oh my.
What?
Oh my.
What?
Boy, Eddie, should there be egg on our face?
Oh.
Bots writes, these fucking podcast hosts.
Wow.
We did Diana Ross and the Supremes back on Ramble 329. Wow. I mean,
that's not even that long ago.
No. Bots with the mic drop.
Wow, Bots.
What can we say to that?
Wow.
I mean,
Nothing.
I look. I know Cody's not here to defend his decision to do this.
Yeah.
But, I
I don't know if you guys know that Cody's in charge of
Cody's
all
in
of the
charge
Ramble
of
list.
all the lists. He's not here to defend it, so I can't say anything else.
So we just do what the memo from Ramble Corporate tells us.
Yes, Mike Katz and Cody. But in all fairness, I had all this written down, and then I had to get a new computer like a year ago, and I lost all the lists. If anyone happens to know, if anyone's happened to have kept track, please send it to me. I might try to see if I can find it somewhere. But my God, how embarrassing is that, Eddie?
How embarrassing.
Oh, how embarrassing. So instead, Bots is going to give us his open-close encore for memorable Ramble bits. Well, now I'm blushing. We open with Schmerelson wishing us boys and girls a good morning on the phone. We close with Hacksaw Jim Duggan being at Jerry's apartment for every Vita ad read, possibly doing inappropriate things with Jerry's ladies friend. And we encore with Skeletor, Dex, and Hordak outside Four Seasons Landscaping, likely reading a speech prepared by All Right Cody. Brilliant. Thank you, Bots. That's great. Anthony, 2K for Skew Flores. For my Supremes open close encore, have them open. Where did our love go? Oh, baby, baby. You close with You Keep Me Hanging On, and you encore with Come See About Me. James Hamilton.
Ham nuts.
You open with, it's just Dianna Ross. You open with I'm Coming Out. You close with I'm Coming Out. You encore with I'm Coming Out. Wow. Okay, I'm not exactly a Dianna Ross fan or expert, but I totally pay for her to perform that song 3 times. There we go, man. Eddie, I'm very upset that 2 of my songs I don't think anyone had them.
Okay.
2 of my songs, I don't think anyone had.
What are they?
So I have them open with I'm Back in My Arms Again.
Okay.
Right by yours. I mean, come on. Of course, I have them encore with Stop. I have them close with Stop in the Name of Love, of course. But my encore, how come nobody had this one either? Reflections. Through the mirror of my mind, time after time, I see reflections of you and me. Reflections of the way life used to be. What a fucking jam. That's my encore. What do you got?
Very nice. I open with Reflections.
Oh, see? How can you can't deny that being part of the top 3 moments of this concert.
I open with Reflections.
They walk out.
To that.
China Beach. The opening to the show China Beach. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Boy, that Dana Delaney. Woo. She was seeing her naked on cable TV.
She could have it.
Those were good times for 13 and 14-year-old me. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I close with Where Did Our Love Go?
Tremendous.
And then I piggyback for the encore. You Can't Hurry Love.
You can't do it. No, you just have to wait. She said, love don't come easy. Tremendous list right there. And my God, it's time to read books and play video games. Bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games. Charles Phillips. Seeps.
CP.
Seeps. ECP. Read his video games blank. His reading blank. Like Gene Rayburn would say. Blank. So
he's either being secretive or he hasn't been doing much.
Right, exactly.
Blank.
Good for him. Blank. Damien Botriel. Bots. Still early into reading the Silmarillion. It's very Bible-y so far. Talking about the creation of the world, lots of thous and thousts, etc. As for Breath of the Wild, we got Hylian Bush. Link went to Hyrule Castle, find the Hylian shield, made his way to the tippy top, and laid the smacketh down on Calamity Ganon. Good for you, Bots. I hope you're enjoying Tears of the Kingdom now. Anthony, 2K for Skay Flores. This week I picked up the first Oxen Free by friend of the Ramble, Sean Crankle, his company Night School Studios. This week I picked up the first Oxen Free for $1.99 on Switch. I'm going to second this. Everyone should give it a shot. I'm on my second playthrough because that game changes the second time around and references your previous playthrough. Other than that, I'm also watching the new season of What We Do in the Shadows. Great shit. I have started, let me just do, Eddie, I'm going to just run right in and say I've started on Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals, and it's fucking great. We got to get Sean on soon to talk about it.
Yeah, we do. That'd be fun.
I highly recommend. I think Colton would fucking love the first one. It's $2 on Switch right now. And
I can handle that.
It's a video game that you beat in about 4 to 5 hours tops. It's
not bad.
You walk around. It's all decision based. There's no real like button mashing or any of that shit.
Right.
But my God, do you overthink every decision? And it's fucking great. It's creepy as shit too. And like he talked about, remember when he was on the Ramble initially way back when, he had said that it kind of bombed when it came out, and him and his cousin who owned the studio were about to close up shop.
Oh.
And then Stranger Things came out. And somebody wrote a blog saying, if you enjoy Stranger Things, check out these 5 things. And Oxenfree was one of them. And then boom.
Wow.
So yeah, part
awesome.
2 is fucking incredible. I'm still playing through Tears of the Kingdom, still playing through Cyberpunk 2077. I'm still trying to get better at Smash Brothers. And my buddy Adam, who I play Mario Kart with on my streaming streams, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, I go live on them all. Come say hi, Retro Rocha. We play Mario Kart, and he does something fascinating, Eddie. No. He beats us every time.
What?
This guy. And it doesn't matter who plays. Like, dudes have found my stream when I'm playing Mario Kart, and they're like legit ranked Mario Kart, whatever players. They jump in, Adam smokes them. He smokes everybody. And you know what his unorthodox play style is?
What?
He plays with his dick, his nuts. He just puts his nuts on
Just puts the nuts on there.
Lets them go. He fucking doesn't use the Here, let me find a control. This course, this is not a Switch controller. I'm not trying to scam anyone, Eddie. But he doesn't use that. He doesn't use the little
rolly
stick.
Yeah.
He uses the Plus Super Nintendo style.
The directional pad.
He uses the fucking directional pad. He does it Super Nintendo style, and he smokes I'm trying it next time.
I wonder if that gives you more control. I guess.
I bet it.
It must give you more control.
I bet it does.
Rigged. The whole thing's rigged.
It's all rigged. It's all fake news.
It's all rigged. It's all rigged.
All right,
fake Mario Kart.
Here, we're not going to get to see him getting dragged out like Macy. But do we get, maybe they put a camera in the prison cell and we get a raging bull? Why? You're so stupid. You're so fucking stupid. Maybe we get that.
Maybe.
I don't know. So there we go. You reading or playing anything?
I'm not, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, well, Colton's playing. He went from Red Dead Redemption on the PS5, Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS5, to doing the online mode with his cousin.
Yes.
And so now they're just outlaws going throughout the West, just shooting each other and shooting other people,
killing motherfuckers.
Just killing motherfuckers. So he's like wrapped up in that for like the last 3 weeks.
You can't pull him away. You can't pull him out of that life.
And playing the game by yourself gets dull because I've seen it. It's a long game.
It's a boring fucking game.
But when you're teamed up with someone and you're going around doing
probably
shit, it's
fun.
It's fun. So he's been doing that. So I've been watching. I started watching Picard on Paramount. I didn't watch it first.
Pickard? How's Pickard?
It's so good.
I gotta watch it. Legion.
Have you not seen any of it?
No. Legion Norge, who I think is a Rambler. He's also a Twitcher. He follows my streaming. He gave me his passcode. Maybe I shouldn't say
Picard.
that out loud. Because I wanted to show my nephews Star Trek when they were here.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, dude, I might watch.
Watch Picard. It's littered with nods and winks and Easter eggs to not just the Next Generation, but the offshoot shows, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and the original.
Can I ask you a question?
Star Trek.
And if it's a major spoiler, don't answer. But is Q in this?
Okay, I'm not going
to Okay, all right, there it is. Wow, all righty. Because can I ask you my only question about Q being in it, if Q's in it?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm wondering. Since basically Q is God, is a god, a godlike, a race of godlike beings, correct?
Yes.
How does the actor age, right? You know what I mean?
They answer that. They answer the question.
Okay, good. Okay. I would assume it was...
If you love Q, season 1's good. If you love Q, that's season 2.
See, Q.
Q is season 2.
How do I put this about? And I hate it's hard to even say
call
this.
It season Q. It's season Q.
Because when you say Q, you instantly sound like you're a conspiracy theory believing dipshit.
Yeah, because those fucking jackasses took the letter away from us.
I know, but there was not okay. If someone were to say, "What are your essential Next Generation episodes?" Fuck the Borg. They're great. I start with every Q episode. Every Q episode is must-watch Star Trek. So is the Borg.
Now, if you like the Borg, if you like Borg and Q, season 2 is for you.
All right, I'm excited.
Season 2 is for you.
I'm excited.
Season 1 is lot of Borg in season 1.
That's just where he's like season 1 is just he just enters farting contest after farting contest. Picard.
They eat a lot of kraut on his winery. They have a kraut off where it's weird because France isn't known for their kraut.
Right.
But he has an annual kraut eating contest.
They fart.
And it's just the first 3 episodes are how much kraut
he handled his retirement. Eat. Right.
And then the last 5 episodes are just farting contests. But season 2, if you like Q, season 2.
That is the best fuck you. Is the best, how do I put it? The best disrespect of a person in Star Trek history. In Wrath of Khan, when Khan captures Chekhov and he tells him Admiral Kirk something, he goes, Admiral? Right, remember when he's like, that piece of shit's an admiral? Is that one of the
guy?
That fucking
guy?
Admiral? Oh, that's a great subtle fuck you. Anyway, man, it's the time of the show where we rank the top 5. Joshua Snyder. This was tough for me, man. Top 5 video game consoles. How on earth are we as men expected to do this?
That's a tough one, man.
Hit number 5 for Snyder is the Atari 2600. My first game system. It broke open a passion in my life, but its cruder style and gameplay made my love for the NES that much greater. Number 4, the Nintendo Game Boy. It ended the misery of having to play Tiger LCD games for portable fun.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, those Tiger games are fucking nightmares.
Fucking brutal.
Oh. Number 3.
But all you could do on a road trip with them.
Right.
You had to have those on a road trip.
Remember how, you wanted to smack them in the face for that Mortal Kombat Tiger game. Like, what?
Dude, I had the I think it was either is some sort of WWF game.
Right.
And it was just like, you're like, I think Hogan. Right. And you can move 3 spaces up or 3 spaces down, right? And then Andre the Giant is flying at you on 3 different levels. And you had to try to, not dodge him, but, when he gets to you, grab him and throw him out of the ring. It's the fucking dumbest fucking... And I would walk home from middle school, just not even paying attention to the street, just playing that all the way home every day for an hour, every day walking home from school playing.
Were you angry that it captivated you? Were you angry?
Yeah. When I got done, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Why have I done this?
And then I would do it again on the way home from school. Stupid. So dumb.
So number 4, the Game Boy for Snides. Number 3, the Nintendo Switch. Just when I thought my active gaming years were waning, the Switch kept me going. Number 2, the Super Nintendo. First major purchase I worked and saved for as a kid and rarely had a disappointing game. I love my Oh, God. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We might be outing some Snyder family drama here.
Oh, no.
I love my sister, but screw her for selling it at a garage sale when I was away.
Oh.
Let me. Can we time out?
Oh.
Can we just do 10-second moment of silence starting? Wow.
Oh, that's because that was the first system that I saved up money for to buy on my own. Was the Super Nintendo. That's right there. Mine's in my garage. I still have mine.
My mom made sure it never...
Oh,
I might pay someone to clean it up. Because it's got all that yellow shit on it. I may pay someone to clean it.
Yeah, they get yellow. Well, you'd piss and jizz all over it so much. It's bound to get stained.
Your parents would piss and jizz on it. At least mine would. So there's that. Snides, Boy, does our heart go out to you. If our heart's ever gone out to anyone, our heart goes out to you right now.
To you the most.
Oh my God.
To you the most.
Our heart goes out to you most of all, Scarecrow. Jesus,
Wow. Wow.
And
that's
number
brutal.
one, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the centerpiece of childhood dreams, friend fights, and memories. Grateful for you guys. Grateful for you too, buddy. Best, Josh. Gary Priest, Jeeps. Video game consoles,
Jeeps.
got nothing. Sorry. Great show as always. Jeeps. Hey, we'll take it.
Thanks, Jeeps.
Thank you, Jeeps. Charles Phillips, CP.
CP.
Honorable mention, Super Nintendo. Spent so many hours playing Mortal Kombat 2 and Street Fighter 2. Number 5, the Intellivision. The wood panel beauty was goofy, had meh games, but was so much fun to play. The Nintendo GameCube. This hideous lunchbox had so many great games. The PS2. It did everything that the PS1 could do, but better, and could play DVDs. It's also the first console I bought with me own money. The PlayStation 1, the best of the first round of 3D gaming machines. It introduced the idea of memory cards and revolutionized gaming. And number 1, the Nintendo Home Entertainment System. It's me and most people's first system, and started their love of gaming. Damon Batriel. Atari 2600, Nintendo Game Boy. So far, Jack for Jack with Snyder. And then number 3, the Sega Mega Drive. Number 2, the PlayStation 2. And number 1, the Super Nintendo. That's all for me this week. See you next time, gang. Anthony, too cool for school. Flores for my top 5 consoles of all time. At 5, I have the Nintendo 64. At 4, the PS4. At 3, I'm going GameCube. At 2, I'm going the Super Nintendo Famicom. And at 1, it has to be the console that defined a massive chunk of my young life. That glorious big black rectangle, the PlayStation 2. Keep rambling, boys. When we come back from our regularly scheduled break, Eddie will find out about Damone's next Gundam adventure. There's 49 episodes, boys. Strap on. Hamilton, James Hamilton. I just came down from Mount Sinai with the stone tablets that these are truly a top 5, and anyone else says otherwise going against the word of God and baby Jesus. So number 5 is the Game Boy. High quality gaming on the move, revolutionary. So many 1990s road trips. I'd be glued to this. Number 4, the Atari 2600. Historically important, got video games in the household versus the video game arcades. Number 3, the PS1. The CD technology was a huge switch from cartridge. Brought Final Fantasy VII into my life. It was a Merry Christmas in 97, 98 for sure. Number 2, Nintendo. Completely blew up the world and was a household name. It was also the same name parents from every generation and beyond called every video game console that was ever invented since. My grandma got it first and told my mom how awesome it was. She's 89 now, and she still tears it up at Final Fantasy 1 and Mario Golf. Fuck yeah, I love hearing that, dude. And then number 1, the Super Nintendo, self-explanatory, another revolution in gaming, great childhood memories, such a library. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, Zelda 3, Super Metroid. I could go on for days. Well, guys, I better wrap this shit up. I need to head over to my countertop and cabinet supplier store and pick up some color styles since I'm starting to remodel the old kitchen. Honestly, it was way more fun to dip back in my childhood and pretend I didn't have to worry about adult things. That's what we're here for. See you next week. James Hamnuts Hamilton. Always a pleasure. Great list, gang. Great list from everyone.
Good list. Very good list.
Did anyone get, I'm trying to see if anyone, because this was the first one that we might have gotten trifecta close for the first time, but no, it did not happen.
No.
Maybe for you. I don't know. Did anyone trifecta you?
No, because I got my number 2. No one even mentioned.
Wow. So, all right. So for my number 5, by the way, next Ramble, Pee-wee's Big Adventure Moments. No question. We talked about that. That's the top 5. Number 5, the Atari 2600. Eddie, what was your number 5?
There you go. Never had an Atari. Never had the Intellivision.
Oh, man.
My number 5, I didn't have those. My number 5 was the Sega Genesis.
That is my number 4, because even though I never owned one, my cousin did, and I recognized its absolute greatness.
I played my college years are defined by the Sega Genesis. That's what I played. Whether it was whether it playing NHL 95, which is that's when you could still do fights and the guy's head would bleed. We played what's fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, of course.
Altered Beasts.
Oh,
was a great game.
Tremendous.
So Sega Genesis number 5 for sure.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 would be the Super Nintendo, which is the first game system I bought on my own with my own money.
Nice.
I wanted that so bad I got a job rolling burritos
to get that Super Nintendo. That's amazing. So my number 5.
All because I wanted to play Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble was so great.
That was the only game I wanted to play. I bought it for that reason.
So both of our number 4s were the war. I was Sega, you were Super Nintendo for your number 4. My number 3, the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
I thought it was the first big I thought that was the biggest jump I'd ever
That's
seen.
mine. That's my number 3.
That's PS2.
For the same reason. Because the jump from PS1 to PS2, when you put it in, like, it's like, at the time, it felt like I was watching TV.
Yeah.
When I was playing it, I was like, "This is as close as you get as what Space Ace was." Like,
it's
you're actually
never getting better.
It's never getting better than this.
Oh, my number 2, the Nintendo Entertainment System. What was your number 2 that nobody had?
ColecoVision.
The ColecoVision. I loved my ColecoVision.
That was my first.
My honorable mention.
That was my first game system. I didn't get an Atari. I asked my parents that year. I was like, I want an Atari or I want a television.
Yeah, Coleco.
And I got a ColecoVision,
which could play both.
Which I was fine with. It was better because you could put the extension on and play Atari.
And you could play Atari. It played the Atari games. It was great. It didn't matter. Could it do in television too? I don't remember.
I don't think you could do in television, but you could put the Atari adapter on it and play Atari.
Boy, how illegal was that?
I love that thing.
Amazing. Smurf. The Smurf game was fucking great. Oh. Mousetrap was fucking great.
Cubert.
Subrock.
Yeah, I played the shit out of ColecoVision.
The Coleco was great. My number 1, what else could it be? The Super Nintendo. Eddie, what was yours?
Mine was just Nintendo because literally I went from ColecoVision in the early 80s and had nothing until that Nintendo in like 86 or 87, and that just next 3 years of my life.
Remember how it just took everything by storm? Everything. I remember my next door neighbor was my age, and I came home from school one day, and apparently his mom had let him stay home from school because they got him a Nintendo when it came out. And he let everyone know. He had his windows open, and he had the TV to like the highest it could go. And so you could hear coming down the steps from the parking lot, da-da-da-da-da. We were all like, what the fuck? We just ran. We all just ran to his apartment. Like me and 4 other kids. Look at Jared. Can we come in? And he's, oh, man.
Dude, summers in Virginia, it was, 95, 100 degrees with 90% humidity. You couldn't go outside.
You go in.
My brother, myself, and my neighbor, we just stayed inside and did pro wrestling tournaments all summer long.
The best.
Set up tournaments and just have tournaments. And we made little belts, and it was amazing. It was the best.
The fucking best. Oh, man. Well, there we go. What a goddamn ramble, everybody. Next Ramble 357. Get your emails in. ramble@theramblepod.com. It's all Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman side character for the Hall of Fame. Pee Wee Herman songs from the movie Open Close Encore. Could it be the Elfman score? Could it be the Twisted Sister song? Could it be Tequila? You pick. Top 5 moments from Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Email us now. We love you all. You know where to find us. Do it. Thank you for listening. We will see you guys Friday for our Ramble Radio. Until then, stay safe. Take care, everybody. Bye.